What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd and I am back with some more Age Mythology at the Times action. Spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is the Book of Thoughts. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Zeus, is Moloch. It's currently 1-0 for Moloch in this best of 3 for the Smurf tournament 1v1. Spring. That made no sense, but you get the picture. Moloch took that first game really nicely with his Poseidon, switching things up into Zeus now. Getting Anatolia here. Zeus versus Ra and Anatolia. It's a difficult one to say. This is, I think Zeus is probably one of the best gods, the best non-Egyptian gods for this map because of how strong his heroic age is here. So the game changes very, very dramatically when you have water on a map because the fish is so important and is worth so many resources and push you ahead so far. But the big thing that actually happens is it pushes you into the heroic age earlier than you normally would go there because you're getting that extra food income. And that means that Zeus can abuse his Skylar, his Dionysus here, and there's not a lot that Ra can do against it because Ra does not have any hero ships to attack against the Skylar. And if Zeus does it right and does a semi-fast heroic with Skylar, he's going to have archer ships as well out. So you can do the same thing as Ra and be okay about it, but you're never 100% sure if it's going to work because Zeus can kind of push through nice and powerfully. And we do see that there is a pause from Moloch. Nice. We'll have to wait for that one. And here we go, we're ready to go again. Nice soup. Okay, so as we were saying, Ra's options here are either fast heroic without building any ships. 2 is to semi-fast heroic and try and out micro the Skylar that come in. Because you do get heroic first because Ra will be able to boom a little bit harder than Zeus, so we'll be able to get those fishing ships out a bit faster, and you can get there a little bit faster with the boats, but you can't really kill him. And you can get out Ballastor ship and Pentaconta as well. And 3 is fast 2 town center or fast 3 town center, and you just try and hold on until the Skylar come, and then you just give up on it. Transition into Shadoof farms and deal with not having water for a little bit because you have no real answer to it. But we'll see what this the Book of Thoughts does here and what Moloch does here. But the temple's coming up now. 7 villagers on wood. He's starting to pump villagers. It looks like he's starting to pump villagers onto food. The standard meta build here for Zeus is 7 villagers. You go 4 villagers food, 7 villagers wood, 1 villager over to the side to build a dock, and then more villagers to wood until you've got 10 or 11 on wood, and you make 18 fishing ships with a probably 5:30 advance time, maybe 5:15 if you do it perfectly, but I don't think I've ever seen a 5:15. So we'll see what Moloch comes up with here. With the 7 villagers on wood, you're probably not going to get all 18 fishing ships. You're probably going to be stuck with like 12 to 15. So you're a bit behind on those, but you can advance to the next age a touch faster. And Moloch searching around. There is a forward gold mine here and a back gold mine. The forward gold mine is protected by a nice sentry tower, so some houses around that will prevent any sort of early game cheese from Moloch as well. But I would be pretty surprised if we saw. Okay, I would be pretty surprised if we saw Athena, and we're seeing Athena, but it's looking like Athena is more for the restoration on water or something like that than anything else. because we're going to be going for the water fight with 11 villagers wood and 7 villagers gold. Now, I'd also be very surprised if you don't see Ptah here. 4 thoughts. And he's going to be very close to advancing. Don't want to advance too late here. You can see he's taking villagers off food and he's going. Okay, everyone's doing different things here for me. Everybody hates this. I can't predict a thing here. I don't think Bast is going to save you in the slightest here. Your farm's going to be very expensive. And I guess you're playing around potentially casting Rain and Eclipse to block Restoration, maybe? I guess, maybe, I don't know. But Moloch does go through Athena. And he's... What's he doing? Military Academy up. Trireme pumping out. And he's going to be going for this location here. I like this. This is a variant on the semi-fast heroic. Because it's basically the same build. But instead of using that 800 food and 500 gold that you build up from spamming, just spamming Trireme, you can spam out Hoplites instead and put more pressure on. So hopefully Moloch just sends his villagers over onto gold now, which he's not doing. So it's going to be a little bit short on the wood, sorry, on the gold here, but it does manage to pick off the villager. Now, Hoplite and Minotaur coming in to pick off this dock here, and he should be able to take these down fairly fast with this army. And there's a really, in reality, there's not a lot of stuff that Thots can do to stop this. He's going to build out his cabinets, which is going to help him out a lot. And Moloch did lose 1 trireme there for free, which is a little bit bad. And there's already 3 docks here. So even if Moloch picks off 1, it's not going to slow him down at all. Nice micro, pulling the Hoplite back, bolting the Sphinx. And we do see a restoration. And no stop command on his boats though, so he doesn't get the full HP back and actually loses 1 during the restoration, which is not what you want to see. But nice micro so far from actually Thots there, doing a ridiculously good job there. And Hoplite, Minotaur, and Jason getting out of here. So it looks like Thots is able to control this. 13 villagers on, I think he's starting to put villagers on gold now. So we're looking for a semi-fast heroic from Thots here. And Moloch is going to have to somehow defend. But I think he can defend here. He's got 7 versus 8 archer ships on a dock. You win that fight. Don't retreat there. But it's looking like Moloch's going for the other side of the map now. Potentially going to take down the docks over here. Force out some cabinets on the bottom side. Given how many he's spammed over here, you probably just swap over to this side. We do see some triremes getting built now as well on this side. And sitting underneath dockfire here, he kind of wins. If you can pull these trireme into this dock as well, which has nothing garrisoned in it, unfortunately, he should be able to win this fight. But he's not building any, well, he's still building trireme from over here. And there we go, finally putting a fishing ship inside. Going up and going to attack these guys. And we do see some houses going down over here as he's making a move with 5 Hoplite going to be taking this location down. And looking like these cabinets have cleaned up the top side of water. And I think Thots is building some cabinets out. There's only 2 trireme. Well, actually, I tell a lie, there's 5 trireme. So he's going to be trying to take these down fairly fast. Thots has got a lot of resources in the bank to play with. Moloch does as well, actually. He needs to get more villagers on gold, though, if he wants to go to the next age. Cabinets are here, retreating. Here we go. Taking down all these docks will be very, very fast. And so long as he keeps sending trireme in, he should be fine. It's looking like... Oh, he's still building docks over here, but it's looking like he should just give up on this location. He's trying to take this down, and Moloch's coming back here. There's only 7 cabinets here, or 8 cabinets, and that's easily done for Moloch, as he's taking this location down, picking off these cabinets. And finally, that's only 1 dock left. But it's looking like Moloch kind of underestimating, I should say, Thoughts here, and he's not got quite enough trireme while he's been pumping into these docks with all of those here. And I guess Thoughts is just totally fine with having 9 fish here if he's picked off some fishing ships, but he hasn't quite done that just yet. And still going after these docks here as Thoughts is trying to keep popping them up, but random villager in your army to help out doing 8 damage, but not doing the 16 that hoplites do. Picking off some of these fishing ships as well. Trying to push in. We do have the houses getting targeted down, but Thoughts not close to getting blocked, so it's not going to do a whole lot. Nice micro yet again from Thoughts, pulling Moloch in there with those cabinets. And Moloch being a little bit, what's the word? Not being proactive with his ships here. We do see Hathor's incoming though. Moloch's got 2 town centers coming in. And the town center route here for Moloch versus the fast attacking of Thoughts. That's going to allow Thoughts to build out some ballista ship and potentially take this side of the water as well, or take this side of the water could be an option as well. So we'll see. There is Hathor for Thoughts. Just checking out the town center, making sure that's not going up. Big Doll Stronghold going down, but it's not in the center of the map, so it's not really going to secure him any gold mines. Now we've got the war barges coming in. It's going to allow Thoughts to really ramp up on this progression here. Going to get him, allow him to push through these docks as well. We'll see if he can win this. You have to micro against these war barges like a god. Basically, they don't hit if your triremes are moving. So if you can predict which trireme is getting targeted by the war barges and then just move it, then you can get a free shot out and then move it again. It's difficult, but it's how you beat war barges with trireme. There goes the dock. The dock is down for Moloch, and this side of the water is looking grim. Even just ignoring the trireme here is pretty smart, but the war barge is doing enough now. Locust Swarm coming in. Picks off 1 villager, picks off 2 villagers. Not the best, but the rock doesn't have anything in it, so that's fine. But we got the Minotaur out, but Axemen are here. Another Big Doll Stronghold down for the Book of Thoughts. Moloch not going to be able to secure the middle at all, and these town centers are very, very close to each other. That's pretty dangerous. So we'll see how he goes here, but because this is going to get murked at, and it's going to be difficult for him. And also, I don't think he's ever going to. Well, actually, he's winning this bottom side fairly nicely. There is still 2 docks here, but potentially throw up some more if he so chose. Moloch hitting Apollo now. Economy is pretty good. Villagers moving forward, can throw down a fortress forward as well. Got some Hippocon out to deal with everything. He's gone for this gold mine. I try and stay as far away from my opponent's army as I can with these villagers. But maybe his thinking is if I have my army here, my villagers here, he's not going to be able to raid me. I like the military academy and archery range, Moloch. I like it. You can probably even steal that town center with 1 villager. Takes a while to build it up, but that'd be funny. We have the market up. Yet again, another Matrius market. I'm going to call them Matrius markets from now on. You want to put the market right next to the shore. There's no sense putting it like this off the shore. Sure, it looks nice, but if you put it on the shore, you get peak efficiency on that market. Town trying to come up here for Thoughts. Doxody and Hoplite get built to try and pick off Siamon. It's going to be close, but he does manage to keep him alive with 20 HP, and the army does move back there. It's looking like Thoughts is going for the Ford Town Center there. I like it, but I'm sure that Moloch is going to be hitting Mythic Age fairly soon, and that's going to be difficult to defend against if you don't go to get your own Osiris to deal with those Colossus. Well, we do have the rock still chilling over this location here, so we might even see... why did he cast rain? Does he have any farms? No. What's he blocking? An underworld? Oh, an underworld onto this town center. I get it. Okay. I don't think that Moloch would do that play there, especially when you can just do it with Colossus like a minute later. But we're seeing Hera here. Don't know how I feel about the Hera. It's going to really set Thots behind for a portion of the game. So I guess Moloch feels like with Hera here, he can make a really big push onto this town center, onto this Migdol, I should say, and then get a gold staff, which is basically over here. I think sitting in the middle of the map, he has secured this gold mine and this gold mine as well. So this is kind of the only two gold mines that Thots has. Full town center now coming up for Thots. Super greedy, is not going to be anywhere close to the Mythic Age for a very long time indeed. We'll see what Moloch can do here. He's going to be able to get... Oh, he's going to truck up a fortress straight away. Sitting at 120 of 120. Can actually build another house here. Shorter house. He mustn't know about it. But making a move in now. Try and take down this Migdol stronghold. He's got the hoplites. He's got everything else. The units are out of position. Those cavalry not in position. If you can pick off the Migdol stronghold, that's huge, because that's nowhere that the army of Thots can defend against this. There's no masons. There's no architects. Villagers are on here. We do see the Manticore coming in, spraying that. Hera comes in. An eclipse comes down to prevent the immediate lightning storm, but it's looking like it's not going to matter too much, as the Migdol stronghold will be falling very, very shortly because of all of these hoplites. Moloch has finally got that house back up, so he is going to be making a move in here. He's taken the Migdol down. There's another one up in the back, but that's going to be having to be dealt with a Heliopolis, I think, and then we're also going to be seeing Bellerophon coming out fairly soon. But the Medusa is out here, ready to help out. Lots of units falling. We have the heavy hoplites here as well. And the chariot archers coming through. Getting turned to stone there. The Medusa doing work. Villagers here don't have skin of the rhino, so they die fairly quickly, as opposed to a normal Ra villager or an upgraded Ra villager. And now we see the end in sight here. If Moloch can make a push over here, the Thots is 126 pop, so he's got a lot to work towards to get to his 160 pop, not even 180 with 4 to 5 town centers. But now Moloch's retreating, casts Lightning Storm. He's got a bunch of villages over here, as well as a lot of chariot archers. That is ridiculous how many villagers fell there. So we'll see. We do have a Heliopolis coming in. We have the turning to stone from the Medusa. Hoplite making a move over to this Migdol stronghold. And how is the population situation looking for Moloch? A little bit dire, to be honest. He's lost his bottom food, and he's pumping villagers like a madman. Does have his salt amphora though, so his fishing ships are gathering really quickly. And now the Manticore and Hoplite going after these villagers. Medusa trying to pick off the cavalry, but it takes a little while to do that when you only deal 15 damage a second there. It's a very slow attack speed. But Medusa falls. There is the Heliopolis now going for the town center. Thots cannot build mercenary at this point because he's got very low gold. And we've got some chariot archers, some idle chariot archers that were sitting here. Unfortunately, their Q rally is not very good, but town center about to be going down. You can see he's built the mercenary. He's only able to build one, which is really not going to be enough. And Bellerophon joining the party here. Terrifying unit indeed, ready to jump in and just deal ridiculous amounts of damage. And Thots is really not in a position that he can deal with this unit because he's just so far behind on the economy. Making his way in. And the Heliopolis are going to be going for this. We do see Bellerophon jumps in, picks off that Pharaoh, and he's going to try and get out of there. Takes a couple of hits from the chariot archer here. He does move at 6 speed, so he should be able to dodge, but if his bumping in. It's always very, very difficult. And I like this. He does manage to dodge those chariot archers there. Heliopolis retreating, settlement coming up for Moloch, archery ranges coming down as well, and the Bellerophon just tanking tower from this Migdol stronghold by dodging the arrows. I don't think there's any crenellation, so the Bellerophon does not die there. Chariot archers moving forward to pick off villages. The town center getting up, and he's jumping in. Nice micro from the chariot archers, pulling them back just in time to not take that 100 damage. Instead, only taking the 26 from the original attacks, and the chariot archers do manage to pick off the Bellerophon there. More Heliopolis coming out. Moloch really struggling to get this town center up with only 4 villagers. Getting a couple more onto here. Chariot archers. There's a lot of units here for Thots. 144 of 145 pop. Moloch 130 pop. Needs to get out this town center to really be in a good position. He's got the trade route going. He could grab fortified town centers fairly soon, but looking like he's doing a lot of damage over the villagers moving in. Maybe try and pick off this this town center as well. But it's going to be a slow and steady push for Moloch from here. But if Thots actually has access to Horus in this game. Normally, Ra has to go Osiris to deal with Hephaestus, but because it's Hera, he actually has access to Tornado, so he can go Hathor and feel fine about dealing with the Zeus late game. But we'll see if he recognizes that or not. He's still probably really low on resources. Yeah, very low. Does he have? He's got Sultan Forest. He's got upgrades, but Moloch is going to be stabilized right now. And Thots decides to tap out. GG. Well played by Moloch. Takes this series 2-0 for him. Gets to go into the next round. Really nice play. I like the semi-fast mythic and just allowing Thots to shoot himself in the foot by grabbing 4 town centers. Just grab 2-3 town centers and try and get to the mythic age. That's kind of where you want to go as Ra here, but you spend too many resources on town centers. For all 3 of these town centers go up, that's 1,200 gold and 300 food. Then you also need to be sinking in 16 villages worth of food villages just to be building villages consistently. So it's a tough one. So you're never going to be able to get to the mythic age there. And mythic age Zeus is strong, man, and that lightning storm did a lot of work. Anyways,